podcast talk show.
Well, hey, good afternoon. It's Tuesday, Buenos tardes. And it's not Wednesday. We're usually here on Wednesday, but this is something special. We got a special guest with us. I'm Eddie McAllister. You are on Tvfurstar. And Myra is with me, as always. Say hello, Myra.
Hello.
Myra Monarch. She's the engineer today. And I got a special guest, Kathy Darlin Allen.
Hi there.
There she is. And we're so glad to have her and be able to talk to her about herself and then also about the campaign of Rose Yee running for Congress.
Yes.
So, Kathy, why don't you let the Tvfurstar Facebook people know about you a little bit.
Sure. I am the retired Shasta County clerk and registrar of voters. I served the voters of Shasta County for the last 20 plus years
Yes.
As the county clerk and registrar of voters. Main job in that is running elections. So we've had a
Your name has been in print for a long time.
my name has
As
been
long as I've been here.
in print
I've
for
been here
a
30
while.
years. Has it been 30 years?
No.
Oh.
No, I
Okay.
retired with 26 years of service, so you beat me for sure. But I was here in Reading before that, but not working for the county. So I've had a really interesting and more exciting than I want last couple of years, which some of your listeners may know or they may not. Elections has been a really hotly debated topic for the last since 2016, really. So the process of how we conduct elections, right, has been debated and attacked in many cases.
We're glad to have you in that position during all that turmoil about elections and
thank you.
Smooth election office.
And there's a great staff that's still there, and I have every confidence in them. We'll see how things shake out over the next couple of years.
Oh, boy.
You know, things change when
next
you have a change.
Next couple of years. Oh, man. We're talking years here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it takes about 4 years for folks to really get trained in elections. There's different kinds of elections over the 4-year cycle. So
yeah.
Oh
boy.
Lot to be learned.
Yes.
For sure.
Well, that's good that you're here to tell us about your elections and also we want to know more about Rose Yee running for Congress.
Yeah. One of the things that we do in California is election officials are nonpartisan, right? So we have, of course, personal political thoughts and feelings and party affiliations, but that doesn't have anything to do with the job. So I spent 20 years being neutral, right? Being the referee to between the two major parties here locally. And
I like the word referee.
Yeah, it's a challenging thing to do, right? To be neutral and to not let your personal feelings get in the way of making decisions about ballot items and all the other things that you have to decide when you're figuring out elections. But now I am retired, and so I can express my political opinions more freely. And so I was really happy to say yes when Rose asked me if I would help her on her campaign. And so I've been working with her campaign team on fundraising. And I'm just really pleased to be able to support an alternative to our congressional representative, who I think we've had a lack in that seat for many decades prior to this current incumbent even. We have not had an active, fully representative person in that seat. And so Rose has a lot of energy. She has actual policy proposals to talk about, which is something we haven't heard a lot at the local level.
No, we haven't anything about policy from anyone.
So, right, exactly at the from some of the presidential candidates as well, right? That's also a lack. But Rose has a 5-point plan. She has very definite opinions about how to support her constituents throughout the district in District 1. And I was really pleased, like I said, to be able to say yes to her and to offer her my assistance.
Yes, and Rose is she a resident of
Shasta County.
She is a resident of Shasta County. Yeah, I've been seeing her around a lot lately. You know, we want to definitely get her face out there and let people know who
Yes.
she is.
Yep.
You know, you mentioned fundraising. You definitely want to say how people can help support.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to donate to Rose's campaign, no donation is too small. There's a lot of excitement in the Democratic Party right now because
Oh
of what's
yeah.
happening in the presidential contest.
Oh yeah.
And we are all of us Democrats anyway, I think, are very excited to have a candidate that we can really get behind and who has so
Yeah.
much energy and appeal. I'm really excited about Kamala Harris. But to donate to Rose's
Yes,
campaign,
donations.
the website is roseforcongress.com,
Rose for Congress.
and it's FOR, not the number
Oh yeah.
in the
Rose
address.
for Congress.
And it's Rose Penelope Yee, so you can double check you're at the right place. And there's a
Oh.
donate button right there on her
So it's
website.
Rose for Congress though.
Correct.
.com.
Yes.
Roseforcongress.com. That's easy. That's kind of easy.
Yeah.
You can remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I think that we have not had enough women elected in District 1 and definitely not in Shasta County. We've seen on our Board of Supervisors, we've seen a majority of one gender. And I really think that groups function better with a gender mix. And I personally want to see Congress reflect our constituency.
Yes.
District 1 is 61% white, but that's not 100% white. And currently, our state and federal representatives are 100% white. So we really need to work on doing better. And Rose is exactly
equity and inclusion,
absolutely.
diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI.
Yes.
Yeah, you mentioned District 1. The boundaries of District 1 are where?
So I have a list of counties if you want me to read them off.
Yeah.
It's basically the northeast corner of the state of California, Butte.
Butte.
Starting with Modoc, right, and working down. These are in no particular order, though. Butte, Colusa, Lassen, Modoc, Plumas, Shasta, Siskiyou, Sutter, and Tehama, and then most of, but not all, of Yuba County.
Man, and that's how many counties altogether?
I think it's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 10.
10 counties.
Almost 10. And not all of Yuba, like I said, mostly.
Now, does Rose have anything, a fundraiser scheduled for coming up for August? We can definitely let people know.
I do not have a calendar in front of me. Rose has been unfortunately called away to a family emergency for the last week or so. So we're still fleshing out that the calendar for August and September, but we'll have that available pretty soon on her website.
Roseforcongress.com.
Roseforcongress.com.
The donations could go.
Yes.
Roseforcongress.com. And then I think Rose, we're going to talk about after we get done here, Rose being here with us on August 7th, which is a Wednesday.
Yeah, I know she would love to come and spend some time with you.
Yeah, we'd love to have her and let her talk about what her plans are, or her, what you call it?
Her
policies, yeah.
Priorities, yes.
Yeah.
It's really refreshing to think about someone who has an actual plan.
Yes.
As opposed to just creating chaos, which is I'm not trying to accuse her, the incumbent, of that. But I think I could very easily accuse our local board of supervisors of that. And also one of our presidential candidates who's not female, of just being a chaos creator. And we need to take care of ourselves, our communities, and our constituents. And Rose has plans to do that.
You know, when you mention that word chaos, and that alerts me, you know, I'm a really big proponent and supporter and embrace the teachings of Dr. King. And Dr. King, he wrote a book in 1967, Where Are We Going? Community or Chaos. This was in 1967. And unfortunately, he was assassinated in 68. So, him writing that book in '67. Here we are in 2024, and I asked the question many times: are we in community chaos? And it becomes up chaos. Not only us, a lot of the counties that are like next to us.
It's interesting. I have been saying for some time now that I think that what's happening here in Shasta County politically is really reflective of a federal or a more national movement to try and create more chaos, which is not productive. It does not. The people who are going to suffer are the people who really need government services and the assistance that those provide. It's not going to be the rich guys sitting on the hill that are going to suffer. So we really need to take care of the least of us, and steward and shepherd those communities.
Yes.
And we have county government departments whose job it is to do that, who are right now hemorrhaging staff. People are leaving.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking about that. They're leaving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about one thing that you and I have in common. We just got kind of like awards.
We did.
Tell me about the award. I'll tell you about mine.
Okay. Yeah. I got an email about 6 weeks ago from the American Bar Association telling me that they were going to honor me with an award that they call the Unsung Heroes of Democracy.
Oh yeah.
There's some other registrars from other counties around the country. Stephen Richer from Maricopa County, who is a Republican who has vehemently defended the process of elections in Arizona and Phoenix.
Oh man!
And he has So that's the that's the flavor of that award. I think I'm very humbled and grateful to be recognized. And I feel like I'm in very rarefied company with the other folks who were also honored.
Oh yeah, and it probably was a big surprise, right?
Yeah, I said, I just got this email randomly, and I was like, who do I know at the ABA? Why am I getting an email from them?
Yeah. Well, like I said, what we have in common, I have a good friend, Vicky Ono. I'm going to say her. Hello, Vicky, if you're out there. She's a teacher. And she started asking me questions and calling me. And she says she's going to nominate me for this award. And she got all the stuff together. And then I totally forgot all about it. And then she, kind of like you, she calls me up on Saturday one day. She said, "You won." I said, "Won what?" "What are you talking about?" She says, "You won the Martin Luther King Memorial Award from the National Education Association."
A really big deal.
What? I don't remember. I didn't even remember it. But she said that she's been just putting stuff together, and she asked me a bunch of questions, and so that's one thing we got in common. I'm glad that we can sit across from each other.
Yes, absolutely,
and work together. So we're going to mention a few more things. roseforcongress.com.
roseforcongress.com. I think one of the things that I admire most about Rose is that she is an American on purpose. She came to this country as a young child from the Philippines, and is a naturalized citizen. And she loves this country, and she loves the ideals that this country was founded on. And I think it's really a very profound thing to have someone with that fresh perspective.
Yes.
Who doesn't take it for granted.
Yes.
And who spent time living under the Marcos regime, a dictator in the Philippines. So she brings a whole new perspective of fighting fascism that unfortunately we really need to have in D.C. right now.
What's her experience as far as
I think I'm going to let her tell you.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell her all her stories. But I really admire that about her.
Yeah, and she's what was her profession, occupation?
She I want her to tell you that too.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
if that's okay, because I don't want to misrepresent.
That's good.
The way that she wants to talk about.
We certainly want her to have it, and actually, we want to have you both back.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, so we're wrapping up, and we're definitely glad to have the information. Glad to have you, Kathy, Darling, Allen. And introduce you to some more folks, and I'm glad you're out there. I know you're working with a lot of people. being retired. I retired in 2017, but who knows? You're just doing stuff.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely not ready to sit on the porch in a rocking chair.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All righty. Well, we'll talk to you soon. And you folks, we would definitely be glad to have you again. This is Eddie McAllister signing off on Tvfurstar. Goodbye.
Podcast Talk Show.